You know, from the second you boot up your computer to the moment you hit send on that last email of the day, you're swimming in a world of software. But what is it, really? How does it all work together? Well, let's crack this thing open and take a look at the invisible code that runs pretty much our entire lives.
Seems like a weird question, right? I mean, one is something you use all day, every day, and the other is just that flash of text you see for a few seconds. But here's the thing. They're both essential types of software, and by the end of this, you're going to see exactly how they're connected and why you literally can't have one without the other.
So let's start with the official definition, just to get our bearings. At its heart, software is just a set of instructions. It's the rule book that tells all the physical hardware in your computer what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Every click, every tap, it's all just triggering a sequence of these instructions.
Okay, now here's the most important thing to understand. Not all software is the same. The easiest way to think about it is to split everything into two giant categories. On one side, you have application software. Think of this as all the furniture in a house, the couch, the TV, the blender. It's the stuff you choose to put in there to live your life and get things done. On the other side, you have system software. This is the foundation of the house, the plumbing, the electrical wiring. You never really see it, but without it, the house is just a useless box.
So, let's start with the fun stuff, the category we're all super familiar with, application software. This is your digital toolbox. It's filled with all the specific programs you fire up to be productive, get creative, or just, waste some time.
The key phrase here is end user. That's you. These are the programs we consciously choose to open and use. They're built to do very specific things. Write a report, edit a photo, or chat with your friends.
And a perfect example, maybe one of the most used applications on the planet, is the word processor. I mean, these are the tools we use for everything, from jotting down a shopping list to writing a whole book.
And you've almost certainly used one of these. For decades, Microsoft Word was the undisputed king. But then, cloud-based tools like Google Docs came along and totally changed the game, letting us work on the same document at the same time. It's a great example of how applications evolve.
Okay, now let's get creative. Multimedia software is the whole reason we have amazing photos, videos, and music. It's our digital darkroom, our recording studio, and our movie theater all rolled into one.
And you can really see the range here. You have absolute beasts like Adobe Photoshop that professionals use, right alongside simple, everyday tools like Windows Media Player that anyone can use. It just goes to show you, application software is for everyone.
And we absolutely have to talk about the web browser. You could argue it's the most important piece of application software on any device today. It started as just a window to view websites, but now it's where we work, play games, and communicate. It's a platform all on its own.
Yep, you know these logos. These are the heavy hitters, the titans of the internet. They're in a constant war for who can be the fastest, the most secure, and the most feature-packed. They are our portal to, well, everything.
So, we've got all these amazing tools, but there's a huge missing piece, right? How does Photoshop talk to your graphics card? How does a click in Google Chrome actually get sent through your physical network port? Well, that is where our other category of software comes into play.
Welcome to the engine room. System software is that invisible foundation we talked about. It's always running in the background. You don't really interact with it directly, but without it, none of your apps and none of your hardware would do a single thing. Think of system software as the ultimate middle manager. It's the bridge that connects your applications to your physical computer parts. It's the first thing that wakes up when you turn your computer on and the very last thing to go to sleep when you shut it down.
And the undisputed king of all system software is, of course, the operating system, the OS. The OS is the general manager of your entire computer. It juggles memory so you can run multiple programs at once. It keeps all your files organized. Basically, it handles all the complicated stuff so you don't have to. It's the puppet master.
And these are the names that run the world. You've got Windows still dominating desktops, while iOS and Android have a death grip on the mobile market. The OS you use defines your entire digital experience.
So, how does the OS actually talk to, say, a brand new printer? It uses two special helpers. First, device drivers. Think of a driver as a translator. Your OS doesn't speak HP printer, but the driver does, so it translates between them. Firmware, on the other hand, is even more basic. It's permanent software that's burned right onto the hardware itself. It's like the machine's basic instincts, telling it how to wake up in the first place.
And the last piece of our system software puzzle is utility software. If the OS is the manager, utilities are the maintenance crew.
Their job isn't to add fancy new features, but to just keep the whole system tuned up, secure, and running smoothly.
And you've definitely seen these around. Antivirus software is like the security guard at the door. File compression tools help you save space. And, yep, even the basic file explorer you use to browse your folders is a utility. It's just helping you manage the files that the OS is keeping track of. Okay, so we get the different types of software. But this leads to a really practical question you've probably asked yourself. How is this stuff sold? Why do I have to pay for some programs while I can get others for totally free? And what's this whole open source thing about?
Let's break it down into 3 main models. First, you've got freeware. The name says it all, right? It's free to use, no strings attached. Then there's shareware. This is the classic try before you buy model. They give you a free trial, hoping you'll love it enough to pay up. And then you have open source. Now this one is different. The software itself is usually free, but the huge deal here is that the actual source code, the programming instructions, is available for anyone to see, to learn from, and even to change and improve.
So let's put it all together. Think of it like a stack. At the very bottom, you have the firmware and drivers that talk directly to the metal. Right on top of that, you have the operating system, managing the whole show. And then at the very top, sitting on that strong foundation, are all the application programs that you actually use every day.
And that's really the magic of it all. It's not just one program, it's this complex, layered ecosystem. The totally seamless experience you have just browsing the web or writing an email is only possible because all these different pieces of software are performing a perfectly coordinated dance behind the scenes.
And that brings us to the big question. We've gone from typing commands into a black screen to these incredible graphical worlds on our phones. Now we're moving into AI-driven apps. So as we look ahead to smart homes, wearable tech, and a completely interconnected world, what's that next layer of software going to be? What new, invisible code will define our future? It's definitely something to think about.